Hello and welcome to the Tryline podcast. For people that are new here, I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the People's Host, Denny. What do they call him, the People's Host? No one really knows. It's great to be back. It's been a long off-season. We're building into the NRL season now. We're talking fantasy today. Are you excited for some fantasy, Denny?
I am excited for some fantasy. We've got a few leagues out. How many? 6, 7, 8?
We've got Tryline Championship, Tryline League, Tryline Fantasy, Tryline Competition, Tryline Association, Tryline Invitational, Tryline Cup, and that's just to name a few. They've all got 20 people in it apart from the last two, so if you want to get involved, just message us. We'll get you straight in there. We're going to limit it to those leagues because we've already got 160 odd people or something like that signed up, so that's plenty. I will be beating everyone. I plan on beating 159 other people in my road to the top. And how am I going to do it? I'm going to tell you today. Top 3 cash cows. Let's go, Denny.
All right. The top 3 cash cows. Chris Reed from the Knights. Jaden Brayley went down. Jaden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jaden Brayley went down a couple of weeks ago with an injury, and it should see him out for the majority of the season. So Chris Randall, tackle machine, he's up there.
He come in. Was it? It was one round. I remember he come in and he just made
71,
and it was like the biggest score someone's made off the bench or something. He made a ton of tackles, but that's a huge loss for the Knights. But yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. The next one, I've gone Lachlan Ilias. Is it Elias?
I think it's Elias.
A
lot of people have been saying him too.
Yeah. Well, he's cheap. He's going to probably get first crack at that 7 jersey for the Bunnies. So, I mean, give it to him. See what he can do.
He's got a good kicking game too. So if he does majority of the kicking, because usually Cody Walker just likes to kick down a short side anyway.
Yeah.
So if he does majority of the kicking, he could rack up some easy points there.
Yeah, definitely. But this year in fantasy, they've lowered the amount of points you get for kicking.
Oh, really?
So I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure.
What's your source, mate? What is your source there?
I've watched videos. I watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've heard this. So it's not 1 point for every 20 meters. It's 1 point for every 30.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, please.
I'm quoting you. That's a direct quote.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I think anyway. And the last cash cow, the third one, Talatau Amoni.
Yeah.
For the Dragons, the 6.
Yeah, he'll start 6 for sure too.
Yeah, I think he'll do good. I think he's got a good running game. You know, I think his defense could use a bit of work, but I think he'll go good there.
Yeah. So if they've lowered the kick meters too, I like that a little bit because Amon with Ben Hunt, you got to think Ben Hunt's doing majority of the kicking there. He loves to kick at the best time.
Yeah.
You put him on the wing, he'll float to the middle to have a kick.
Yeah.
We've got a question about Nathan Cleary. Now, he's the top price person in the competition this year, $1.05 million.
Yep.
That's massive.
That's a lot of fantasy money.
Yeah, well, he averaged like 92 points last year. So he probably deserves that price tag. Yeah. But anyway, this person asks, do you think Nathan Cleary will stay the most expensive for the whole season? I'm going to rattle off the top 10, and then you tell me who stays at the top of that list.
Okay.
We got Nathan Cleary, obviously 1.05 million. Tom Trbojevic at 1 million, well deserved there. Daly Cherry Evans at 822,000. David Fafita at 800,000. Big Payne Haas at 782k. Isaiah Papali'i, same price. Cam McInnes, the tackle machine, he will be my side at 780. Reid Marnie also at 780. Damien Cook at 767. And then rounding out top 10 is the injured Tohu Harris to start the year.
Tohu Harris. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good in fantasy. I think Nathan Cleary is, 100% he's going to be the highest scoring player in fantasy. And he'll be the most expensive as well. You got to think about it. He does majority of the kicking. He's a good defender. He misses, a few tackles, but not many for a half.
Yeah.
To say he does all the kicking. Yeah, he kicks goals. I mean, he does everything.
He can find the try line.
He can find the try line, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's in my team from the start of the year.
He's got to be.
I don't think I could pick him week 1.
You have to.
Well, he's not playing week 1, but I think he's in doubt to play week 1. But I can't have him in the team from the very start because he's got to go down in value. Has to.
But it's not. You need those points though.
Nah, I can't. I can't justify spending over $1 million on one player to start the year when you only. What do you start with? 9 million?
Yeah, 9.4.
Nah.
No,
can't do it.
You got to think about it.
I will bring him in. I'm going to bring him in, but not at the start.
No, well, you have to have him from the start. That's just how it goes. It's not worth the trade.
No, the start of the year is all about trying to make cash. You're going to lose money on Nathan Cleary. Does he finish the year higher than where he's at now?
I don't think he does. But it doesn't matter. You get those points.
Oh, I've got to disagree with you there. Also, Tom Trbojevic isn't in my team at the start of the year. Anyone in that top 10? How many people are you taking in that top 10 to start the year, do you think? Just off the top of your head. Because, disclaimer, we both haven't picked our sides. I don't see a real point in picking a side too early.
Yeah.
Because you got to see what's trotting out round one, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'm definitely having Nathan Cleary in the side.
Okay.
Nathan Cleary is a must-have, everybody. Round one, you got to have Nathan Cleary. If you don't, then you're gonna end up trading for him. You're gonna have to probably give up another one of your good players to get him. So
and also, you're gonna save about 200k. But anyone else in that top 10? I'm thinking I'll probably have Payne Haas in my side somewhere, and Cam McInnes. Probably have both of them.
Payne Haas, I think Payne Haas. I'd want him in my team. Sorry, don't know if you could fit him in though with Nathan there.
No, you can't. All right, let's go point of difference players, because these players are going to be virtually everyone's team. I think Cleary's already in 46% of teams. So let's go point of difference players. What are you thinking there?
Alrighty, so there's one player that I had my eye on, and he'll definitely be in the side. He's a Brisbane Bronco. He had the year off last year due to injury. I think it's Pat Carrigan. He's owned by 5%?
Let's have a look.
I think he's owned by 5%, and when the year before he was a 60 average plus player. So
hopefully that doesn't hurt Payne too much. I know he still performed well when he was in the side that year anyway. Yeah. Pat Carrigan's a must-have. At seriously 5% of people owning him, and 588 isn't bad for him either.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one. I also like Toby Sexton.
Toby Sexton, he's good.
And I think he's going to play. I think he'll get that 7 spot. And with AJ Brimson in the team, he's going to be doing majority of the kicking.
Yeah.
And he's only owned by 3% of players.
3%.
Yeah.
He kicks goals too.
Kicks goals.
And Titans, they can rack up a score. Yeah. So
600k. I don't love 600k, but
it's a bit price. But it's a point of difference.
I did think he was a bit overs.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's talk about someone that you brought up earlier when we were talking about this.
Yeah, all right.
Luke Thompson.
I think I got a big rap on Luke Thompson, and then you didn't know how much he was going to be worth, so I told you to tell me how much you think he was worth. Yeah. What did you say?
I said 600k.
I reckon you got to pay at least another 100k, and you do. It's 695,000 for him, which is massive money. He's owned by less than 1%. But I tell you what, when he's on the field, when he's not suspended, he scores a lot of points.
I mean, the Bulldogs did bring in Tavita Pangai Jr. and Paul Vaughan.
Yeah.
That might take a bit of load off him, though.
I think he was the one player that was an absolute standout for them last year. He needs to be.
Joshie Jackson.
Yeah, with Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson's worth a fortune as well.
Yeah.
Is
he over 700?
He's right up there. Yeah, 760.
760, yeah.
But he averages like 57, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, last point of difference player. Who you got?
Who was the last point of difference player? I didn't have him written down. Hold on.
Let's have a look. I think it was Matty Lodge.
It was Matt Lodge, wasn't it?
Yeah, 0.28% of teams he's in.
But he's out for round one.
Yeah, but he averaged 46 last year, and he's only 570. I think he's a bit better than that. But you've got a cop that he'll probably miss some weeks.
Yeah, a couple
which
of
will
weeks.
hurt.
Yeah, well, last year he started off the year pretty slow because he got injured in one of those games, and then he scored about 19 or something, 20 or 19. So to come back and average 46, you said?
Yeah.
Decent.
No, I reckon he's got a good offload in his game too. So I think that's a winner right there. We had a question about, and this is a good one because I wanted to talk about centres anyway.
Yep.
We had a question which was, is Will Penasini worth getting as a starting centre? Now, I thought this was a good question because there's some options at centre, and personally, I prefer dual position players at centre. I don't like just straight centres.
Okay.
Because they can get 50, but they can also trot out and get 8 and miss a ton of tackles, and then it hurts. So I think we can all agree the best option at centre is Matt Burton. to start with.
I think so, yeah.
I think because he's going to be the dominant half at that club. And then what do you got after that?
So, obviously, Matt Burton, number one. And then there's two players, Ewan Aitken and Jack Bird. So, the back end of last season, Ewan Aitken was playing in the back row for the Warriors. And he was scoring, 60s, 70s, all that. So,
well, he's good for a try game in the back row.
Yeah, 100%. And he breaks a few tackles. So, if Ewan Aitken is playing in the back row, I'll definitely have him there. And Jack Bird. I watched a video today about fantasy, and he thought Jack Bird to lock.
Yeah.
So
how many minutes is he going to get with Jack DeBellin in the team though?
Maybe you'd play him maybe 50 minutes, 50, 60 minutes, and then Jack DeBellin could play front row too.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the other centre at the Dragons. I like Zach Lomax just because he kicks goals as well, and absolute strike centre can find the try line.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind Penasini. Mostly 350k helps.
Yeah. If you're looking at Penasini, maybe as cover.
Yeah.
Cover for one of the other three that we spoke before.
That probably leads us into a good point about bench players as well.
Yeah.
Now, I've got one thing written here about bench players.
Mm-hmm.
No wingers on your bench.
Now, this is Brian Tyler.
No, yeah, well, if Brian Tyler's on your bench, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
But if you they're so attractive because they're cheap, and you feel like you've got a lot of people playing. But if I look at someone I'm playing against and now I see two wingers on your bench, I don't even check all weekend because I know I'm walking through you.
Yeah.
You can't have wingers on your bench. You can have them in your reserves. You can have them as cover, like for your wing and fullback positions. But if you got wingers on your bench, right now you got to go to your team and you got to cycle through that because that just ain't happening.
Yeah, fullbacks are the go.
Yeah,
fullbacks.
Yeah, let's preface that by saying you can get Toll, get him in.
Yeah, get him in. That's the only winger that you'd really be worried about. But yeah, if you're going for your wing fullbacks, it's all fullbacks.
It's all fullbacks for sure.
Yeah.
What's your best bet for a bench? Like what do you look for? I like hookers on my bench personally, but I like to cover all positions, mostly in the reserves. For my bench, I like hookers and
halves.
Oh yeah, halves.
Halves. Nathan Cleary on the bench.
Nathan Cleary.
Oh, he's the captain. Yeah. So what I look for on the bench? Yeah, cover, but just the highest averaging players.
Yeah. So that's usually your hookers, your halves.
Yeah. Yeah, those some forwards some of those middle forwards.
Yeah, I like that. Coates or Saab was another question we got.
They're both rocks or diamonds.
Yeah.
And for me, I wouldn't have either at my side. Maybe I'd have Coates over Saab.
I just think Coates is in for a better year.
Yeah. Cheaper too.
And Saab probably had one of the better years he's going to have last year.
It was on the back of Turbos.
I know, and he averaged 28. Yeah. So that ain't good.
Yeah, and Coates averaged probably less, didn't he?
Yeah, and this guy's more expensive than Penasini.
How much is he?
370.
Saab.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the cheaper one. Like,
what's Coates? I'll have a look.
I think it's 330.
Yeah, 330. You got to go Coates.
Yeah, you go Coates. That's 40 extra K.
He's in 30% of teams. My recommendation is don't get either. To be honest.
Yeah. If you
stay away from both.
If you had to pick one, gun to my head, I'd pick Coates.
Yeah. All right. So you've already kind of tipped your lead to the next one. Your captain. That's probably going to be Nathan Cleary.
It's 100% Nathan Cleary. All year.
All year.
All year, baby.
I've got. I'm going to go Payne-Haas.
So he's in your team week 1.
Yeah, I think Payne. I'll put him in my team right now. Actually, let's go Haas. Big Haas. He's going straight in the front row, boys. There you go. He's in. Payne-Haas is in the team. And he's captain.
He's captain. He's the only one you need.
That's all I need. That's enough to get me through week 1.
Yeah.
Also, guys, manage your trades. I got to the end of the last season. I still had a trade on my last week. So,
mate, I was last year, man. I was riddled with suspensions last year.
Yeah.
Latrell.
Yeah, probably don't have Latrell in your team either. Latrell, Cody Walker, both good for a suspension.
No, Latrell will be coming into the side.
What's he? He's back round 3.
Round 4. He's coming in.
Round 4.
Yeah, round 4. Got to see how he goes that first.
Well, they
week.
got the Roosters the first week.
Yeah, round 4.
That's going to be such a good clash. Latrell back up against the Roosters.
I think Victor Radley might try and go after him.
Yeah. It'd be good. Anyway, anything else been going on? The Australian team won the Ashes. That was great.
4-0. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
I know. And we should have really won 5-0.
Yeah.
Just couldn't bowl them out.
Yeah.
And then Ash Barty wins last night. Nick Kyrgios and Kokonakis, they win their doubles tournament too.
Yeah.
It was a good tournament for the Aussies.
It's not bad. I mean,
Dylan Alcott lost in the final, I think, too.
he's the bloke in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah. That was his last. He retired.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He won a bunch of Grand Slams though. Won a bunch.
I wouldn't know. I haven't really.
I think he won. Oh, I saw it yesterday. He won so many. But they talked about the prize money for that.
A lot of prize money?
Oh, no. For the wheelchair one, nah.
Not much.
Terrible.
How much?
So, Alcott said that he flew back from Europe, which cost him $3,000 to fly back. And he come back and won the lead-in tournament until I was open. And they paid him $1,300.
Oh.
Yeah. That's rough. That's rough.
I mean, you're playing a sport.
I know.
Well, you can't complain.
Speaking of prize money, though, the men and the women both get paid the same in the singles. So it was $3.5 million to win the tournament. And they got paid the exact same. And it was a whole way through. Every time you got knocked out. I looked through, because when you go on the website, it had the prize money.
Yeah.
It was exactly the same every step of the way. And the money was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I think if you got knocked out in the first round, you still got 100 Gs.
I think I watched this video of this Aussie chick who made it to the semis, maybe.
Yeah.
And she was 250k.
It's not bad.
You'll take that.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Ash Barty, millionaire.
Yeah, might have to get into tennis.
Should have got into it ages ago.
Yeah, I did play tennis at school sport for a term.
Were you gun?
I did one really good serve.
Do you think you'd be able to take a point off Ash Barty?
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
You know she didn't drop one set through the whole tournament?
Oh, really?
She won straight sets all through the whole tournament.
Far out. Good on her.
Including in the last one where she was down 5-1 and come back and beat her.
What, 7-6 or something?
7-6 I think it was. She beat her in tiebreak, dominated her.
Oh.
Anyway, that's it for the fantasy episode. If you want to get involved, just let us know. We'll be back probably next week with our prediction episodes. We're going to be trying to predict the whole season. Last year we did predict something good, and then I don't know what happened to it.
What did we predict?
I think you predicted the grand final. I think you picked the grand final, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will be doing all our predictions. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.